brought us to the second month of the year, and we are glad in Jesus' name. Touch your neighbor and say, I'm so glad I'm here.
I'm so glad I'm here. So glad I'm here.
So glad I'm here.
I'm going to say I'm here. One of the elders led off this morning and said that the chorale, New Creation Chorale, buried two of its beloved last Sunday. I believe it was the 30th of January. We did not have one funeral to attend. We had two. And that's just us. He went on to say in his invocation this morning that if either of those two people, one very, very young, one middle-aged, one man, one woman, but if they could be here this Sabbath morning, February 5th, they could just have one more time to just bless his name.
Come on now.
You think they would?
Amen.
Well, that's a rhetoric question. Here's what we do know. We know we still here.
Yeah.
We know last night's bed was not our
Cooler board. My.
We know that he touched us with a Evangelist Thomas said, we didn't think about getting up this morning. We were in a subconscious state. He had to wake you up if you up.
Amen. Amen.
So bless his name for his excellent greatness.
Hallelujah.
He is a mighty God.
Yeah.
Do me a favor. That clock over there says nearing 11:30 in the morning. Elder Daniel, would you do me a favor? I'm going to use that same raggedy clock in the sermonic discourse this morning is hewn out of the Gospel of Jeremiah. Would you unplug it? It's plugged up to the wall down there by the floor. Y'all may as well know this because here it comes. Sometimes stuff gets unplugged in your life and you think that's the end of it. I'll show you how it ain't. And then replug it up with that taupe color, that little light colored extension cord, because I'm going to need that phone to sit over here at the altar. I'm going to show you. So you just unplug it from the wall or wherever it is and then plug it up to the extension piece. And then that will come around in the next 30 minutes, I can assure you, to encourage you, the people of God. It was that yellow, pink looking cord that's hanging there alongside, that's an extension cord. You can plug it up there. I appreciate you, Elder. Really, I do. It was 6:20 a.m. and I had just finished my 4:30 a.m. workout. What time do I work out, everybody?
4:30.
I just finished that workout. Melissa Thomas got her license in physical. She's a personal trainer, so she knows what I'm talking about. I finished my workout at about 6:20 a.m. and I called the New Creation Avenger group. We have a little club. We call ourselves the Avengers. I dial them regularly at 6:20 in the morning, Monday through Friday, and we pray, we commune with God. Elder Daniel is ending his day as he works overnight on the roads, and Elder Patrick is about to clock in. So it's 6:20 in the morning. I make the call, and after we do our rallying call, which is Yukon, in other words, that's our cry out against the kingdom of hell. It's like we're telling the devil, you can't have nothing. But rather than say the long statement, we just say, Yukon, you can't have nothing. You can't have our children. You can't have our wives. You can't have our bank accounts. You can't have our PDC. Okay, well, y'all know. You can't have nothing. Y'all get it. So we get on the phone. Phone rings. They answer, Yukon. After we got our rallying cry past us, that was Scott Patrick. We call him Iron Man. About 6:30 in the morning, he said, come on, 3:30. It was 6:30 in the morning. Elder Daniel sitting on this side said, and I can't use that word he called it because it's church and it's Saturday. I can't call it exactly what he said at 6:30 because it was like a Tuesday. So he said what he said, and then said, it's 6:30 in the morning. What you talking about? Come on, 3:30. You ain't, the sun ain't even up yet. You ain't even clocked in on your digital clock. It's work that the day started up. I mean, we said Yukon, and he said, come on. The sun, it was like, I mean, this was like last week Tuesday. I mean, it was pitch black dark. Come on, 3:30. Bruh, I got bad news. I got bad news for you, homeboy. The day hadn't begun yet. You ain't got no business. Somebody don't come on no 3:30. We're just not there, my brother. We are just not there. But there he was. And the Spirit said to me, so y'all gonna appreciate this. The Spirit said to me, Scotty is living in expectancy. Touch your neighbor, say, are you expecting anything?
Are you expecting anything? Yes.
There you go, evangelist. Scotty at 6:30 in the morning was saying, come on, 3:30. That's 9 hours away. Right. There he was expecting something. Thank you so much, God. there he was expecting something.
All right.
His position
That's
pretty much was, whatever, Elder Daniel. My guardian angel whispered to me, said, there's a sermon tucked away in there. Jeremiah 29 verse 11 says, for I know the thoughts that I think toward you, and your shift, saith the Lord, thoughts of peace to give you an expected end. Elder Patrick was expecting something at 3:30. Now, in real talk, he was just expecting to get off work. I mean, it's 6:30 in the morning. Come on, 3:30. I mean, it was pitch like dark. We had the North Star, we had Polaris, we had the Milky Way, and a moon. We had no sun. There he is. I'm trying to get somebody to expecting something. When it's dark outside, y'all know, y'all came to church, but y'all didn't come to heaven. To be expecting something when it's dark outside. Elder Patrick was already there. The title of my sermon at GNC, this 24th Sabbath. Go ahead and clap those hands. This is our 24th Sabbath. 24th Sabbath, we stood here and cried out the gospel of Jesus Christ. But the title of my sermon this Sabbath morning is, Come On 3:30. Yes, that is the title of my sermon. Now, my members here at Greater New Creation Cathedral have figured out by now that I, like God my Father, am kind of into numbers. So since this is the 24th Sabbath, I'm going to share with you a basic facts that are symbolic with the number 24. You will appreciate this. There are 24 elements that make up the human body. So for all of you who have children, the things that make them up are the 24 elements that made you up. That's how you get healthy people. 24. Okay, let me go on from here. Of course, there are 24 hours in a day. That's low-hanging fruit. Everybody knows that. 24 carats make up pure gold. 24. Wow. You can have different carats of what you have on. But 24 carats is pure gold. Per the Gospels, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, of the 33 miracles recorded in the Gospels, 24 of them are cures. Read the Gospels. Perhaps one of the cures you need are already recorded. That's already done. And it shall be done. Already done. But of the 33 miracles recorded in the Gospels, 24 of them are medical cures. Do your homework, y'all. Yours may already be in there. Kobe Bryant sported the number 24. We're talking about good stuff as it relates to 24 this morning. Good stuff. Revelation 4:10 and 11 says, the 4 and 20 elders, that means 24. The 4 and 20 elders fell down before him that sat upon the throne and worshiped him that liveth forever and ever, and cast their crowns before the throne, saying, Thou art worthy, O Lord, to receive glory and honor and power, for thou hast created all things, and for thy pleasure they are and were created. And since we are created for his pleasure and are looking forward to 3:30, we are just excited to see what exactly it is God is going to bless us with at 3:30. Somebody say, come on, 3:30.
Come on, 3:30.
Yeah, that's what we're excited about this morning. Jesus asked this question of the disciples in Matthew 19:17a. Why callest thou me good? There is none good but one, that is God. Hence, for this sermonic discourse, we'll make 3:30 synonymous with God. So when I'm saying come on 3:30, what we're really saying is come on Jesus. Come on God. When you hear us saying come on 3:30, what Scotty was really saying was come on God. I got 3 kids. I got a daughter who's looking forward to some pizza. Come on 3:30. Y'all had to get for praise and worship.
Amen. Amen.
Matthew chapter 4 says they tried to tempt 3:30. 3:30 is synonymous with God in Christ. In the first century, they tried to tempt 3:30. Bow down to me. Y'all gonna appreciate this. Bow down to me, and I'll give you all 3:30. The devil took 3:30 up to the top of the mountain. And when he got him to the top of the mountain, I'm just gonna come through here. When he got 3:30 to the top of the mountain, he said, now, look at all them hills. Yeah, we back to hills. Look at all them hills. Look at all this land, all these temples, all the cities. The Bible says that all the major cities of the world were before Christ. And the devil said to him, now if you will bow down to me, I'll give you all of this. That's like me telling Kyra, If you will come up here this Sabbath morning, February 5th, and kiss my feet, I'll give you a place to live in Johns Creek, north of Atlanta. And I'll give you a black sedan that you can drive. And I'll give you a green dress and a black shawl. She got on a real nice shawl today. Black is got fur and it's beautiful. I should make her do the catwalk. But if you come up here right now and just before people go and kiss my feet, I'll give you a black sedan and I'll give you a nice place up at Johns Creek. Johns Creek real nice. Y'all know you're around the world. Johns Creek is it's in the Diamond Triangle. You know, Dunwoody, Johns Creek, Buckhead, John. I give you. Kyra already has a beautiful place to live in Johns Creek, with a black sedan to drive, and a green dress, and a black shawl. But I'm offering Kyrie, if she'll come kiss me. That's what is happening in Matthew chapter 4. The devil going to tempt Jesus to give him
what he already got.
Yeah, it's not in the Bible, but apparently when God kicked Lucifer out of heaven, he bumped his ear real hard.
He fell head first. He fell head first. He just fell head
Thompson
first.
said he fell head first.
Yeah.
You shall offer me what's already mine if I bow down to you. Where's the logic in that?
Yeah.
And when we sin and transgress against God, we're following somebody who's bumped their head first, who's offering stuff. The logic there just isn't there. There it is recorded in the Gospel of Matthew chapter 4. Here's another one. They denied 3:30. My wife is about to have a baby. No room in the inn. No room. Y'all can't stay here. The good thing had come. The promise had come.
Yeah.
The Messiah, the King of the universe had come. They denied it. We don't, no room here. We're not interested in that. They stayed at work. Scotty said, come on 3:30 and 6:30 in the morning. In that, when 3:30 strikes, now I'm off work. I don't have to do this anymore. We are asking God for 3:30 to come, but we got our earbuds on. We're not paying attention. We're watching our favorite reality series. We're watching our favorite podcast. We got something out. So when the whistle blows for the 3:30, we miss it. We still at work. We miss it. 3:30 has come. God has come and gone with your blessing, and you miss it because you're distracted with the things of the world. We can't have that happen either. In effect, when it knocks on your door, you holler out the window, no room in the inn. You're not interested in the gospel of Jesus Christ. You're not interested in your blessing. Now you mad at God because you don't have the stuff you've been asking him about. But you stayed at work past when the 3:30 came and went. The whistle blows, but you don't hear it. You're distracted with all kinds of foolishness of the world. And the world is going to keep throwing this stuff at us now. Now we move from 3G to 4G to 5G so that the foolishness can come faster. Y'all stay with me.
My goodness.
And then when you stay at work too long, you look up at the clock and it's well past the time you should have been there. And you say something like, well, at least I made up some overtime. Yeah, but you missed the greatest of all time. That's what I
didn't hear that.
You missed the GOAT.
You missed the GOAT. Oh.
You got overtime, but you missed the
You got overtime. You got the little pennies they threw at you the time and that, but you missed the greatest of all time. Okay, all right. They tried to kill 3:30. They tried to kill them. According to the Gospels, they falsely accused the Christ, sentenced him in a kangaroo court, and crucified and buried 3:30 in a tomb. A couple of key things they missed. One, in Genesis 1:14, they tried to kill God. They tried to kill Christ. They tried to kill 3:30. But what they forgot is he created time. Genesis 1:14 says, let there be lights in the firmament and the sky, and stars to divide the day from the night. And let them be for signs and seasons and days and years or time. He created time. You can't kill time. You didn't make it. You can't kill it. He forgot that. The second thing that he forgot, he was told that, well, I'll kill Jesus and that will be the end of that whole movement, the Christian movement. But here's the thing, and then now I'm going to use this little clock. Let me add this little clock right here. I hope y'all can see it on the internet. Raymond, get over there behind the camera. Just make sure we get a good shot of this. They forgot that Jesus told them, if you destroy this temple, I will raise it back up in 3 days. what they didn't pay attention to was they took him up Calvary, 330. They took 330 up that hill and killed 330. But what they weren't paying attention to was when he said, I will raise this back up, this temple that you killed, I will raise this back up in 3 days. When he got back up, stay with me, Cathedral. When he got back up, he was better than he was when he went in the tomb, because he got up this time with the keys to death, hell, and the grave. And when he got up, not only could he tell time, he was a kind of smartwatch. Because now not only can he tell time, he can take your pulse. He can tell you who at your front door. He can tell you who's inside your house and what they're doing. He can give you your shopping list. He can give you GPS directions so you can know where to go and where not to go. He left just being what he was when he went into the tomb to actually emerge from the tomb better and greater and more powerful with more capabilities, which he has endowed to the people whom he loved and died for. They would have done better than just left him alone in the first place. But the thing was, there had to be the shedding of blood for the remission of sin. Amen. So it had to have prophecy fulfilled for him to die the old version of the Christ. But when he rose up the next time in 3 days, because technically they did succeed in crucifying, but only for 3 days. And in Jewish custom, nothing's really, really dead until it's been dead 4 days. So he only stayed in that tomb for 3 days and got on up with all power in his one hand and the keys to death, hell, and the grave in the other hand. Clap those hands in this place. That is the power that he whom we love and adore, that's the power that he rose with when they got busy trying to sabotage who we refer to today as 330. Come on here, Moses. Moses embraced 330 and went from a gritty wilderness to walking on streets of gold after he died. Come here, Elijah. Elijah was a person who walked so close with God that God literally sent the 330 sweet chariot by the divine bus stop to take him on to glory. Because he was expecting something and walked so close to God that the 330 sweet chariot swung by and took him on home. Kind of an express bus. It didn't stop nowhere. Picked him up where it picked him up and took him right on off to glory nonstop. Now here's the beautiful thing about the story about Elijah going on to heaven. He had a protege. His protege was Elisha. Everybody say Elisha.
Elisha.
One of my favorite accounts of Elisha was the story when he and his servant boy are on the mountain. And during the night, 3 armies came and circled all about the mountain where they slept to kill them. 3 armies came against Elijah and the servant. Now, why would it take 3 armies? But that's just the power that we have in us. And the enemy recognized. So he didn't send 1 army, he didn't send 2. He sent 3 armies to kill the prophet Elisha and the servant boy. Servant boy woke up in the middle of the night and said, how shall we fare? We will perish here because 3 armies have come up in the night and circled about us. And this is what Elisha said. One of my favorite accounts, y'all. This is found in 2 Kings chapter 6. Look it up for yourself. The prophet looks up to heaven and asks God to open the servant boy's eyes. And when God opened the servant boy's eyes, Elisha said to the boy, see there on top of the mountains. Now keep in mind, all around the mountains were 3 armies of horses and chariots. Everybody say horses and chariots.
Horses and chariots.
But Elijah said, see there on the hill. See there on the mountain. Horses and chariots of fire. Now while they had 3 armies and horses and chariots, they ain't have no fire. No. They have no fire. Elijah said, see there on the mountains, horses and chariots of fire. And then he turned to the servant boy and said, them that are with us are more than them that are against us. That's one of my favorite stories in the Bible.
Amen.
Why share that as it relates to this moment?
Yes.
Elisha knew something about 330. There is no need to worry. When there is a need in your home, lift up your eyes to the hills. From whence cometh your help? Your help cometh from the Lord.
Yeah.
And if you could ask him to just show you the myriad host of angels and horses and chariots, Jesus is saying yesterday, today. So if he did it for Elijah on the mountain of circumstance and conflict with this boy, he will do it for you. Take the scales off my eyes so that I might see the hosts of horses and chariots of fire that are at my disposal. Them that are with us are more than them that are against us. Understanding that, we should all be moving to a place of expectancy where when we rise in the morning, we all have this anthem of, come on 3:30. God, I know you've got something really special for me today. I know you have something for my loved ones today, and I am expecting it. Jeremiah 29:11 says that we should, for I know the thoughts that I think toward you, saith the Lord. Thoughts of peace and not of war, to give you an expected end. Scotty was expecting something. Moses was expecting something. Elijah and Elisha were expecting something. The question really is, Cathedral, what are you expecting? If you are expecting the great, expect the great, then the great is what comes. If you are getting some static in your frequency that says, well, I'm not really sure, or my life has just been so upside down, or I'm just not in a good place, let me point you back to David. Let me point you back to all of the mistakes that he made. And yet God had chosen him. And because God chose him, he had already cut a path for David to repent. That's a part of it. You got to acknowledge that you made the mistakes that you made. But after you've done that, just receive the atonement of Christ. That his blood was enough to make right all the wrongs that you've done, just like it was for Moses, just like it was for David, just like it was for Jeremiah, just like it was for Saul, and make those things right. And then live in full expectancy. Live in the glow of the greatness that God has for you, his son, his daughter. This is the promise of 3:30. This is the gift of 3:30. It's the blessing and the reward of the faithful. Scotty, like Elijah, doesn't have any guilt. And he goes before God when there's a petition. The devil has come against the house. The devil has come against health. The devil has come against finance. The devil has come against peace in some of your homes. Scotty has no guilt when he approaches the throne of God, where God says, come boldly before me. Because he brings the best of himself. Bring the best of yourself to God. It may not be exactly what somebody else brings to God. But bring the best. Bring your first fruits. Talked about that in Malachi. Bring your first fruits to God. What is it? Leviticus 27:32. Bring your offering. Bring your tithe. A tenth of what you earn. Bring that to God. And when you do, you have boldness when there is a request. When you make your supplication, you have zero guilt. Okay, it's not what everybody brings. But I have brought the best that I have. My time, my talent, my tithe, my usefulness, my resources, my love, my food, my warmth, my hug, my transport. I gave somebody a ride. I brought the best that I have. So here's this need, God. Come on, 3:30. Clap those hands in this place. Clap those hands in this place. We are grateful to God today that through the Elder J.S. Patrick, he has shown us that even when it's dark and it's hard, and we ourselves may not be able to see. I mean, that math may not add up in our checkbook. So even against a blackened circumstance, with no sun coming above the horizon yet, we can still rub our palms together and look to you. Come on, God. Come on and do it. And let this be a testament. And like I say every week, when God does what he does, tell somebody. Testify of his greatness. Give him thanks. Give him praise for what he's done. Because if you do that, he'll bless you with even more. You you won't have room enough
to receive.
it. You just won't. I know something about that. Try God. They used to sing a song, they don't sing no more, called I Tried Him and I Know Him.
So heavy.
He is a faithful God and wants to bless you more than you want to be blessed. Yes, he does. He just wants to see that if you give this little bit, you'll be faithful. He that is faithful over a few things, I will make rule over many. He cannot lie. So look forward to it. The elders will now wait upon you for your morning tithes and offerings. If you'd like to give electronically, you can do so through Cash App. Cash symbol, reach T2. Again, $ symbol, REACH, the letter T and the number 2 is how you can give electronically. We invite you to worship with us when you're in the city, here at Greater New Creation Cathedral. We are just west of the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And we would love to have you here with us. That said, Nene, are you in the kitchen? I am. Okay. All right. Well, will you come this way? Elder Patrick is going to benedict and say a blessing over the food. And then we will have Nene come out and announce exactly what the meal is. And then we will